What's your name, ma'am?
My name is Officer Sandy Campbell,
By whom are you employed?
Knox County Sheriff's Office.
In what capacity?
I'm currently assigned to the Forensic Services Unit.
And how long have you been employed at the Sheriff's Department?
Almost 9 years.
And has, in the course of your 9 years, in the course of your employment, have you exclusively been in the forensic unit?
No, I've been in the Forensic Unit for almost 7.
Okay. And tell us what, if any, training you've received as it has to do with forensics, particularly processing crime scenes.
Probably the most comprehensive training that I've received is attendance at the National Forensics Academy, which is a 10-week course recognized kind of worldwide as the standard, the gold standard of forensic services technician training.
Okay, and what are some of the things that, training that you undergo at the National Forensics Institute?
We do many different kinds of things. Ballistics, as far as like shooting reconstruction specifically, and blood pattern analysis. We do just crime scene management in general, different ways of processing for latent fingerprint, lots and lots of stuff.
Okay. And when we're dealing with crime scenes in particular, and crime scene management, as you put it, what are the types of things that you're doing in a crime scene in terms of physical evidence?
So specifically, my job consists of documenting, collecting, and preserving any sort of physical evidence that we find on the scene.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to speak up just a little bit, just because we have jurors in the way back.
Okay.
Get that microphone a little closer.
Okay.
Okay, and when you say processing and documenting, do you do that through the use of video?
Yes, video and just a digital camera as well, photographs.
And did you do a crime scene video in this case?
I did.
And Your Honor, if I could, I would late file Exhibit 12, I believe, and I'd ask to publish that.
Folks, Exhibit 12 is currently in electronic form, so we're going to go ahead and show it to you. By the end of the day, we'll actually have it on a hard disk to have it during deliberation, but you may call it.
And before I publish, kind of tell us why you became involved with this case when you responded.
My supervisor at the time was Captain Brad Park, and he called me on the phone and said, "Come over here to this address. We've got a huge scene." So.
And do you recall what day that was?
It was the 28th of November.
And what year?
2016.
Okay. And you did state you, in fact, did do a video of the crime scene?
I did.
And did you take pictures of the crime scene?
I did.
And did you collect physical evidence?
I did.
And talk to us a little bit about the practices and procedures that you use when you collect physical evidence.
There's a lot of glove changing, so there's not cross-contamination with DNA. And we preserve things in paper bags rather than plastic, because plastic over time can kind of degrade the evidence if there's biological material on it on the inside of the bag. So we're going to use paper bags so that air can help keep microbial growth at a minimum.
Okay. And once you get a piece of physical evidence, do you seal that piece of evidence?
We do. We seal it along edges with evidence tape that's then signed and dated.
And where is the physical evidence stored?
I'm sorry?
Where's the physical evidence stored?
We have it stored in the Forensic Services lab, which is downstairs in this building, and it's locked in the lab and then additionally locked in these cages that you see in the back of the room. We refer to them as cages.
And do you use evidence placards?
We do, yes.
And can you describe to the members of the jury the significance of those?
So, initially when we do a walkthrough on the scene, we're trying to identify obvious items of evidence. So sometimes not everything gets marked on the initial walkthrough because we don't recognize its importance at the time. So when that happens, when we do that initial walkthrough, we do mark with a plastic evidence placard the items that we consider to be of possible evidentiary value at that point. So when you see pictures, you will see evidence placards kind of throughout, and that's what they're being used to mark the significance, so that we can tell later, like spatial relationships, if it turns to matter more.
Okay. Is that typically something you do after your initial walkthrough of the crime scene?
Yes, because the initial walkthrough is kind of what do we have? Like what appears to be most important in the very beginning.
Okay, so the video, would that be absent evidence placards at that
It
point?
would be, yes. This video is like the first kind of like official walkthrough from the Forensic Services unit, so we have some sort of idea of what matters.
Yeah, at this point, helps that video.
Straight right hand.
As you can see from the crime scene tape, it's very windy, and that's going to matter in just a minute in the video. It's very windy that day, so in the video, in just a moment, you're going to see why that matters, because this is something that we would not normally do on a scene that's about to happen. That would probably be, yeah. So I can kind of explain what we're coming to as we come to it. So again, it's really windy. And this is just like approaching the garage. And this evidence marker is on its side to mark this piece of evidence. And it's so windy it blows it over. And so I'm using my gloved hand to grab it and put it within, like inside the garage to keep it from blowing away again. So this is approaching through the garage. Into a sort of eat-in kitchen area. So table in the eat-in kitchen. Random items in the kitchen floor. And then this is the kitchen proper. So it's important to note here that the stovetop is on in this large stock pot.
At this point, do you have any knowledge of anything being inside the stock pot?
No. So this is continuing kind of to the other side of the kitchen counter. And then on into the formal dining room area of the residence. So this is, I'm stepping into the foyer of the residence. This is the front door, and it faces the street. And here I'm noting that the heating unit for the house, for the downstairs of the house, is set to 90 degrees, and it was very, very warm in there. And that's the front door and some miscellaneous groceries that are sitting on the floor.
Let me ask you, whether or not there's perishables in those groceries.
There were. So this is just a half bath that's in the downstairs. So this is the living room downstairs in the residence. And you see on this side it's open to the eat-in kitchen. This is the back door, and you'll note it's missing a doorknob.
Can you tell us whether or not that heating device is activated?
I don't believe this one was on. So off the living room here is this kind of little office area. So that's what that next doorway is. So this is back through the foyer. So there's some reddish brown staining right here, and we refer to things that we believe to be blood as reddish brown staining in forensics before they're tested and confirmed by a lab to be blood. So if you hear us refer to RBS or reddish brown staining, that's what that is. So there's more RBS down the side of the wall, and here at this gate, and on the banister as well. So this is just the landing at the top of the stairs, just kind of a small, almost foyer type area. There's more that reddish brown staining on the wall. And this is the master bedroom of the residence. And I know we had to turn the volume of the video down so that you could hear me speak while I describe it, but the sound in the video changes at this point. There's a loud noise in here because there's a heater on and blowing within the room. Yes. You can see the bag moving right there and the breeze being put off from the heater. It was turned on very, I think, at the highest setting it could go. This is one of my coworkers who's also on scene with me. So this is the heater that was on. Yes, it is set to the number 3 setting, which is presumably the highest fan setting on it, like a fan. And this is going into the master bathroom. So what you're seeing here is plastic sheeting that's on the ground in 2 large Rubbermaid type tubs. And this is a shower with a hose attached to the top. Attachment of the shower head has been removed and a hose has been put there instead, like a garden hose type of thing.
In your own words, I know it may be difficult, but you could describe the members of the shoes are in the 2 tubs.
It was liquid with pieces of human body in it, in each of them. Both tubs had body parts in them and they were kind of bulging on the sides.
I want to ask you, is there a heater in the bathroom?
There is a heater in the bathroom. At this time, it's not on. But the master bedroom area of the house was definitely the warmest part of the house. And the upstairs was even warmer than the downstairs of the house. So, to the best of my recollection, the only heater that's on besides the central heat and air units is the one here in the master bedroom. See, this is the heater I was talking about that's in the master bedroom, but it's turned off right now. It's unplugged. So this is a set of like dishwashing gloves that are turned inside out on the counter there. This is the rest of the hose. This is back through the master bedroom. This is just the closet, one of the closets in the master bedroom. Now we're walking back into the upstairs foyer. Now we're going into the guest bedroom. There's more reddish brown staining in the floor. A suitcase here. These are tops to a blue Rubbermaid containers that were similar, if not the same ones, for the ones in the master bath. So these are the lids. And there's a bunch of textbooks here and some medication. This is a dresser. There's like a box of bullets there, box of gloves that's been opened, a container of hydrogen peroxide. It's food grade hydrogen peroxide with some reddish brown staining on it. And here on the other side of the bed is a backpack. And then moving towards the bed, there's some reddish brown staining on the bed and a laptop computer. This is back out into the foyer. And this is the upstairs temperature control. And it's at 95 degrees at this point. So this is kind of across the hallway from the guest room is a room that I think we refer to in our notes as a storage room. Some more reddish brown staining on the door frame of that room. So we're coming back out into the hallway at this point. And there's a bathroom on the right, a laundry room on the left, and straight ahead is kind of a bonus exercise room kind of thing. It's over the garage of the residence. So this is the hall bathroom. Pile of clothes and towel on the floor. Right here in the corner, what we're trying to show is that there's a pile of, looks like used medical tape, and bandage type stuff. So there's a lot of stuff on top of the vanity and a lot of reddish brown staining. So this is across the hallway into the laundry room. And this is back to the room above the garage. Looks like it's set up as an exercise room / possible guest room. It's a pile of clothes with staining and a couple of knives. This is a large amount of reddish-brown staining, and right back here at where this overturned Bowflex is, let's go get back to it. Right here was a set of what appeared to be male human hands that were severed from any other part of. They were just the hands. So more reddish brown staining on the door of this closet in this room. So these blinds are torn or broken. And this large amount of staining here in the corner.
Did you say you took pictures as well?
Yes, I took some of the photos on the scene.
Why do you take pictures as well as take a crime scene video?
So initially what we're showing in the video is we just really want you all as the jury to be able to see like the relationship and space of what it's like when you're walking into there. So that's why we start with the video, and then usually when one person is shooting the video, the next people are coming in and doing the same thing, but just with photographs with no evidence markers in place. And then we set evidence markers in place and then come back through it another time to take more photos.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, sir.
Just for the record, I have not marked these numerically yet. Since there's 320 collectively. So whatever may go wrong, I'll come back and mark them.